Dave Smith, Turf Accountant. The first race on the card is the 145, madam. No, I'm sorry, I don't take bets over the telephone. If you'd like to call personally, we're open for business. Thank you, goodbye.
Yeah, well, that one's all right. That's not bad. But that'll put your treble right down the Swanee.
Yeah, well, look, it's the odds I've gone for. If the first two come up, I'll have £6 riding on the third.
You might as well throw it down the grade.
Look, I take chances. I'm a born gambler, I am. I go for the big money.
Oh, get away.
Yeah, don't you see, I stand to win £66. That means I can have 2 weeks in Blackpool.
You'll never see Blackpool. You back that donkey.
That's not a donkey.
It's a donkey, I tell you.
Oh, well, I suppose it takes one donkey to recognise another.
Beach boy, train on the flipping signs. Don't stand up in my dog's chance, Albert.
Look, that one of yours is 15 to 4.
Ah, it's been tipped in all the papers, though.
Yeah, well, that means you've got to put 15 on to win 4.
4 to win 15.
15 on to win 4.
4 to win 15.
Oh.
What's the point of going to school? You don't know that. Now, £6 on the nose of that would be, well, if it was 4, it'd be 15, and half of that it, makes a grand total of
22.50.
22.50.
Plus your original
Plus
stake.
your original stake. Thanks very much, man. Tip of me tongue.
Right, well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. We'll have yours then. For once, I will curb my natural instinct for daring and go for the sure thing.
Good lad.
No, honest, Ted, don't it flipping well grieve you the profit he's making out of this place?
I wouldn't have the worry.
He's raking it in and all he pays us is a pittance.
It's a risky profession, you know.
Oh, aye, it's risky, all right. You might sprain your wrist counting the loot. Honest, I'm going to that bank twice a day, often as not, bag laden with fivers.
Hey, don't broadcast.
Norman, that oaf of a bodyguard of mine, he won't flaming well carry it.
Well, he has to keep his hands free, you see, in case you're attacked.
It's all right for you going to the race, of course. Giving you backhanders. I never get a backhander.
Well, them's me long service perks.
Nice little word, that, isn't it? Perks. Anyway, I think I'm due for a rise. Don't you think I'm entitled?
I'm saying no.
Well, I am, just as soon as Mr. Smith puts his head round that door. Sitting in there like a big money spider gloating over his hoard.
Lucille. Shut the door. Who took this bet on the last race yesterday?
Probably me. I do most things round here.
Oh, you do you?
The only time I seem to miss out is when payday comes round.
Oh, yeah. What's this then, a wage demand?
Something on them lines.
Uh-huh. What kind of figure did you have in mind?
Well, I thought £1 a week might be fair.
Oh, did you? Yeah, well, it might be fair to you, darling, but things being as tight as they are, I'm afraid it just isn't on.
Now, listen. There's only one thing that's tight round here, and it's not my knicker elastic. One measly £1. You wouldn't miss 5.
And I'll tell you something else I wouldn't miss either, you. You're a very doubtful asset to this business.
Oh, I am, am I? Well, throwing all modesty to the wind, I think I can claim to be pretty efficient myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, what about this bet on the 550 at York, then?
What about it?
What about... £10 on a 20 to 1 outsider, maybe 5 minutes before they went to the post? And why wasn't I told?
You wasn't in.
Look, Lucille, you've been here long enough to know not to accept a bet like that. You get no chance to lay off. Now I've got to pay out, haven't I? You should have refused to take it.
I couldn't see any reason
No,
to.
because basically you're not interested, are you?
Oh, look, a bet's a bet and we're here to take 'em.
We are here to make a profit, Lucille, not to run a public service of punters.
Oh, so I made a mistake. It's not flaming well broke, yeah?
Well, it hasn't exactly made me weak, and don't you raise your voice to me, young lady. Look, if you young grabbers were to think more about work and less about money, we might all be in a damn sight better state than we are now.
That's funny coming from you.
All right, hop it. Go on, hop it before I lose my temper.
Well, easy come, easy go.
Oh, throwing your money away.
Well, it sort of slipped out of my pocket.
Yes, well, as long as it doesn't slip out of your hand.
I thought Janet might be serving.
Ah, you've just missed her.
Yeah, it's a good job the canal garage isn't just across the road.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Otherwise, we'd all be walking about with little Cupid's arrows stuck through our ears.
Hey, I've not even asked her for a date yet.
Mind you, there'd be a big saving in shoe leather, because either she's there over at the garage chatting you up, or you're over here in the shop chatting her up.
Will she be in later?
Well, I'm sorry you're out of luck, love.
Oh, she's a right little part-timer. Has she gone off to, where was it, Leicester again?
No, her sister's come over here. Leastwise, she's visiting her parents in Fallowfield with her husband. So Janet's taking the afternoon off to be with them, showing the sights like.
Oh, will they be taking in the Rovers tonight by any chance?
Well, it's hardly likely.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll have a packet of chuddy. Have you got change?
Ah, no, take it. There you are, free gratis, and thanks very much.
Living hopes, lad.
Living up? What for? I mean, what's the competition round here? Ta-da!
Hello? Which one's lost the job?
Oh, it's a car I'm after. I'm thinking of changing. Alan's giving me the benefit of his expert advice.
You want to watch him?
I know. Well?
Look, I know potentially it's a dicey situation, but we don't panic.
I'm not panicking. I just wanted you to know.
Whatever happens, as long as they don't find their way down here.
Well, I've got it organised, I think. But then again, you never know. The cat could get out of the bag.
Look, even if they find out you didn't go to Leicester, why should they presume you went to Leeds?
The penny's bound to drop in somebody's mind.
Yes, it is, if you continue to make a beeline for the garage.
Well, thank
and
you
every
for that
opportunity.
kind remark.
Look, Janet, I'm just trying to be realistic. We can't go on having these little brief encounters all over the place.
Yes, it is a bit adolescent.
Yes, it is.
Well, there's nothing in there, love. Sorry.
Thanks anyway.
Hello.
Oh, she was right.
What are you doing here?
Well, that's a fine welcome. Mother's just gone off to a West Drive, so we thought we'd come and look you up.
Yes, the lady in the shop said you'd gone to see your mother, but to call in here on the off chance.
You did.
Funny sort of neighbourhood, isn't it?
I can't see anything funny about it.
Well, I can. Don't just stand there. Go and get some drinks.
Oh,
Yes.
no, let's go and eat. I'm ready for my lunch, and if we're going to go into town, we'll have to get there before 1.
Right.
What did you want to come down here for? I mean, say I'd gone off to meet you.
Well, you didn't, did you? So stop worrying.
Elizabeth, who was that with Janet?
No idea.
They're relations, I think. I think it's her sister and somebody else.
Oh, it may have been the one she went to visit at Leicester just recently.
I wouldn't know about that, Mrs. Walker. Thank you.
I do. Right, where's the bevy?
Elizabeth, will you attend to Mr. Ogden?
I will.
Oh, Mr. Walker.
And what is your pleasure, Mr. Smith?
Well, now that's asking, isn't it? But just for now, I'll have a large whiskey.
That's right. They are so...
Keeping busy?
Well, ticking over. And you?
Why, fair crack of the whip, you know.
Well, according to the impression Lucille gives me, you've always got something to do.
Well, we keep going. So,
So good work. Quick at figures, I should have thought.
yeah, she's learning. She's like the rest of her lot, though, I'm afraid. She expects the whole works in a fortnight.
Patience isn't her strong virtue, I will admit.
Yes, you can say that again, Mrs. Walker. Came into my office this morning, bold as brass, marched in asking for a rise.
I thought the understanding was that she did get an increase each birthday.
Well, the trouble is, she has been taught to expect too much.
Well, do let me make it perfectly plain, Mr. Smith. Lucille hasn't discussed this with me.
Oh, no, I'm not blaming you, Mrs. Walker.
Mind you, she can be a difficult girl.
You're like me, aren't you? You believe in the old virtues, hard work and sober habits. Same again, please, love.
I do indeed, and I get more discouraged with every day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. My old Sunday school teacher used to say, what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
You know, with all the humility in the world, I still maintain that young people could benefit from listening to those of us who speak from a lifetime of experience.
Wise words, Mrs. Walker.
But useless, I'm afraid. Quite useless.
Hey, Dave, did Albert get his treble up?
Oh, I hope not, otherwise I'll have the heavy mob on him.
Hey, what want first race? I couldn't hear out wireless at Chippy. They were making such a din.
King Emperor.
King Blue and Emperor? Well, that's mine. That's my first runner.
Ron told me it did.
I might just be on the winning streak, you know.
2 more to go yet, Albert, before you can draw.
I know, but 10 to 1 winner, all at second. I'll bet down to Blackpool this back end for a paddle, you'll see.
Mr. Tatler, why don't you grow up and go home?
Now, just you listen to me, Cheeky. I am not leaving this betting shop. Any rate, not until after 3 o'clock race has been run.
That were uncalled for.
Yeah, well, he's old enough to know he's on the wrong side of the counter to get rich.
If that's true, I must be a bit soft.
You and me both. Have you seen that bag full of money he's got ready to take to the bank?
Aye, been a busy day.
You're not kidding. Tom. Hey, where's Big Norman?
Haven't seen him, love.
Oh, I'm not going into that bank on the last minute. They treat you like muck. If he's not here by 10 to 3, I'm going on my own.
Now, Lucille, you know you've had strict warning never to go to that bank by yourself.
Why should I worry? It's not my money.
Something nasty might happen.
Ooh, it'd just suit my mood if it did.
Oh, stop getting so irritated.
Look, if he's not here in 15 minutes, if he's not dragged himself away from his dominoes...
He plays crib.
Look, I've told you, if he is not here by then, I am going to that bank on my own.
The winner, number 5, Irish Rover. Photo for second place between Royal Angus and Christina. Just repeating, the winner, number 5, Irish Rover.
Hey, Alfred. Irish Rover, isn't that your second?
Hello, Frankie. The job's on for this after. Just shut up and listen, will you? Get hold of a car and meet me on the corner of Back Marriott Street. Yeah, the little back alley off Bessie Street. The one with the bank on the corner. You got 15 minutes, okay? Well, go and get that car. What do you mean, where from? The flaming car parks are full of them. Back Marriott Street, 15 minutes, and be there.
Last order's been served, ladies and gentlemen. Towels on the pump, so the sooner you get sucked up and off home, the sooner my poor feet will be spared.
Half a bitter in there.
What do you think that is, Scotch, miss?
It's a bit of manky old dish rag and it's on display a minute too quick.
Oh, get up home and get your old man his dinner.
Well, you've got room to talk, grabbing in here every hour God sends.
Well, every licensing hour, anyway.
Listen, I reckon that as a member of the staff, I've got a right to sup after hours.
Surprised at you being here. I mean, sticking it out on a lovely afternoon like this one promises to be.
A suntan is no sign of real health, for your information.
Oh, I'd have thought you'd have been in Landud now.
Me and Stan don't sponge off us kids, especially when they're convalescing.
Felt sure that your Irma would have invited you down.
We might descend on her in due course.
Oh, and you'll give her due warning, will you?
Oh, there's no need for any warning. We're very hospitable, us Ogdens, you know. Our Irma knows full well that the welcome sign is always switched on at our house, and the same goes for her.
Might be switched on, but is the bulb working?
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm saying nothing.
Here. Are you trying to make out our Irma's ashamed of her family?
Well, you said it, love.
Well, if that's right, it's no credit to her, but as for you, you're not but a catty-mouth stirrer.
Don't you blackguard me,
You
Elder
want blackguarding!
Listen, tell me one thing. Did she send you a card?
Oh, for 2 pins, I'd come over that bar and fetch your clout.
Really, Mrs. Ogden? Please moderate your language, or I shall have to ask you to leave.
Oh, don't worry, I'm going. Your rotten old air's not fit to give to the cat. Us Ogdens might not put on any airs, but at least we know how to make folk feel at home.
Oh, but if you don't stop your argy-bargy, I'll put you through that flipping door.
Yeah, like you put me treble through the flipping window.
Oh, get off me back.
Look, I suppose you realise that Beats Boy, my inspired selection, and the nag you called a donkey were past the post while yours were sorting its feet
I
out.
heard the tannoy, I didn't I? I shared a moment of dejection. I bought you 2 rums and a flying horse.
Flying horse. Suppose you realise that if I'd followed my fancy, I'd have been buying me swimming trunks by now.
I realise it all the way from the flipping bookies.
And I suppose you realise you've ruined the racing coupe of the calendar.
All right, Albert. I got my hands up. I booed. What do you want? Blood?
There I were, sitting at bookings, waiting for results, and suddenly the walls seemed to dissolve, and all I could see were blue skies and sunshine. And me gambling, brown as a piece of fried fish across the golden sands.
I'm sorry, Albert.
Oh, well, I suppose it weren't to be.
Hello, Albert. Oh, you look down in the dumps. Hey, get your savings out and take yourself after the seaside.
Elder, shut up.
Did he make a fox pass or something? Oh, Bayek, look at the state of this place. You know, you are hardy. You've got no pride in your own.
Now, don't start.
You just throw things down anyway. You've no interest. Look at the state of this
Listen,
cloth.
go and make a brew. Go and read your tea leaves. Go to bed, but stop tidying up.
No wonder our Irma's blooming ashamed.
Our Irma, she did that when she was here.
A right bugutch. Honest, I'm sick and tired. No sooner get it clean and it's dirty again.
Listen, love, things were never brighter, dull as they are.
Oh, it's no good, Stan. I'm not going to be soft-soaped. I've had a slap in the face.
Who from?
Me own flesh and blood.
Our Irma?
Never even sent us a card.
Oh, well, don't worry yourself.
I know,
love.
but it's a bit of a blow when your own daughter ignores you. Bet she sent Maggie Clegg one.
Well, perhaps she forgot. Eh?
Forgot her own mother. Oh, no, she's not forgot.
Oh, come on, Chalk. We're not bothered.
You know, we're behind the times, Stan, that's our trouble. People are very house-proud these days.
We used to be house-proud, didn't we? Remember that first little place we had in Blakely?
Oh, yeah. That lovely wallpaper with the roses on.
Yeah, and I came home on leave and saw it blown to smithereens of flipping bombs.
All us fixtures and fittings. I had to move in with my mother.
Oh, that paper cost me £5 a yard.
Yeah, and that were a lot in them days.
You're not kidding, on army pay. I knocked off the hill to get that paper for you, you know?
Never been keen on decorating since, have you?
And I stood among them ruins and saw what Jerry had done to that lot. You know, all those butt joints they did. 3 coats on the skirting board. Matching papers. Well, I had to get an extra roll to get that. All peeling and tattered. And a whole bedroom wall wide open just for the street to look at.
Kids don't understand.
Hey, go easy. This is a very old building.
Oh, why don't she get a bell?
Mrs. Walker?
No, she's in the back.
Could I see her, please?
Is something wrong?
If I could just see Mrs. Walker.
Well, you better come through then, lovey. My husband was a policeman.
Was he?
Mrs. Walker. Mrs. Walker. Oh, yes, Elizabeth, what is it?
Mrs. Walker,
What on earth?
Now, don't alarm yourself, madam. Just sit where you are and I'll give you the gist. I believe a Miss Lucille Hewitt resides here.
That's right. Something happened.
She's in hospital, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Oh, just a knock on the head. Nothing serious.
Oh, thank God for that.
I'll go and get her a drop of something.
Now, if you should want to go and see Miss Hewitt in the infirmary,
yes,
you
yes.
can.
How do
Take
I?
it easy, Mrs. Walker. I'll phone for a taxi.
Will you come with me, Bet? I feel I'd like company.
Yes, of course.
Was it a road accident?
Not exactly, no.
Yeah, I could have sworn I just seen a copper coming out the Rovers. Give us 20 fags, will you, love?
You know, breathing all that fresh air is like slow death.
And talking about slow death, book up, lightning.
Betty's just been on the phone from the Rovers.
So he wasn't just bending his elbow, that scuffer.
It's Lucille. She'd been, she's been set on.
Set on.
Going to the bank, it seems, with the betting shop money. Every penny's been taken.
Never mind the pennies. Is she badly hurt?
No, not badly, according to what the policeman told Betty, but she's in the infirmary.
You damn well she should never got a job in that flaming
Let's
betting
just
shop.
thank God she's not suffered any serious harm.
When they club you over the head like that, they don't bother how thick your skull is.
You know, I've often thought what might happen here in this shop late at night. You never know who's going to walk in.
Harry Hewitt would never have stood for this, you know. He wouldn't have put it to that risk.
Lucille's father?
Yeah. Best mate I ever had, that bloke. I should have said something.
Oh, would she have listened?
The infirmary, you said?
Yeah.
I wonder if I'd get in if I went round. Do you think I might? Has anybody else been?
Yeah, Bet Lynch has taken Mrs. Walker in a taxi. They should be there now.
Should have waited. You got anything for me, hadn't you?
Don't bother, love. Just rest.
All that money and the questions they keep asking.
Never mind,
Should have
darling.
waited.
Never mind.
I've had a word with Mrs. Walker. It's shock and slight concussion, but the doctor says she'll be all right.
Just look at her, Bet. The cruelty it takes To hit a young girl.
According to my books, Inspector, the sum they stole from that daft little girl is £435. Which would pay my bills for more than a week, I can tell you.
My wages for more than a fortnight.
A tidy sum in anyone's language.
Well worth pinching. I think we've established that. And now pinched.
Yeah. Well, of course, unless you're working on the theory that he grew feet and walked.
Well, that explanation does have a beautiful simplicity that appeals to me. The only trouble is that my superintendent wouldn't buy it. There's not much to go on, is there?
Well, there never is to hear you fellas talk.
Well, it's obvious that the villains knew your girl's route to the bank, knew she'd set out. Did she have a set time?
Varied, you know, depends how much we took.
Which means that they'd have to see her set out to be sure.
Hmm. And as a rule, they'd see Big Norman with her, which 9 times out of 10 would frighten them off.
Well, if it's the same Big Norman I know, he frightens me as well.
But she couldn't wait, could... Oh, no, she had to go off. All right, I know she's lying in hospital, but believe me, you can't tell that kid anything.
Was Big Norman late?
Well, he might have been, you know, carding it somewhere.
So Miss Hewitt would have to wait on her own time?
A minute or two, yeah. What are you, a policeman or a shop steward?
I'm trying to establish a motive for going alone. As departure from patent, it could be significant.
You're damn right it's significant.
Ah, well, I'm having a word with Miss Hewitt in due course.
All right. Oh, and if you run out of questions, come and see me, because I've got a couple of corkers you can use.
Well, why didn't she ask me? I'd have taken her.
Well, it may sound a bit hard under the circumstances, but I think she was a bit stupid walking down there by herself.
Well, I'd have walked behind her, you know, just keeping my weather eye open, ready to dash in and have a go.
You know, when I take the money down from the garage at the end of the week, I find myself looking hard if anybody gets too near to me.
Get that uncontrollable urge, you want to set off and run.
Oh, God, aren't there some savages about?
Yeah, well, where are the coppers? That's what I want to know.
Handing out parking tickets, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, now hang on, you're treading on my toes when you're saying something like that, because I'm married to an ex-bobby, and all I can say is, without them, things would be a darn sight worse than they are now.
Oh, heck, no, I do believe love is blind.
Oh.
Hello? You all by yourself?
I wish I was. 2 lager and limes and a pint of bitter, please.
Right, I'll bring it to the table.
We could have fixed something up. Well, of course, if loneliness is your regular scene.
You don't think I'm going to drink all that lot by myself, do you?
Of course, of true love getting a bit bumpy, is it?
I never know where I am with her.
Oh, never mind.
Well, 1 minute she seems keen.
And the next minute she's you and you're the go-by.
Is she a flirt, do you think? Is that the sort of girl she is?
Well, speaking from vast experience, from the inside, so to speak, I wouldn't say she was the type. But then again, murderers are always being mistaken for bank clerks.
Here, let me show you. A bull in one arrow. Don't worry.
A bull in one arrow, the lady said.
Was it a pint of bitter you wanted?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Right.
Ogden, yeah, this is Ariel, my wife, you know, but we live in the house next door to the shop.
How do you do?
You do? A family visit, is it?
Yes, that's right. She's my sister.
Oh, yeah, we know. In fact, I was saying to my Stan that you're a very close-knitted family, like what we are.
Well, not really. We see each other about once a year, actually. Janet was supposed to come and see us in Leicester, but she couldn't make it. She was so busy in the shop. So we thought we'd come here instead.
Here, let me pay.
No, that's all right. I've paid.